Do you struggle to fall asleep? No matter how tired you are, you keep tossing and turning, and before you know it, it is daytime. Sometimes you manage to fall asleep, but you keep waking up at intervals at the slightest noise to use the bathroom or for different reasons. This is not normal at all. You could be suffering from insomnia, and it is not healthy in the long run because humans need at least 7 to 8 hours of deep quality sleep. Without that, your memory begins to fade and you find it harder to think clearly or remember simple things you once knew without effort. Your heart also takes a serious hit as poor sleep raises your blood pressure and significantly increases your risk of heart disease and stroke. Your immune system weakens as well, leaving your body less equipped to fight off infections. So you find yourself falling sick more often and taking longer to recover. And perhaps most dangerous of all for seniors, chronic sleep deprivation throws off your balance and slows your reflexes, making dangerous falls far more likely. And a fall at this stage of life can change everything. This is why in this video, I will tell you 3 fruits that are very effective and have helped several of my patients with insomnia fall asleep fast. Subscribe right away if you are yet to, and let us get into the video. Before we get into these 3 fruits, here is what you need to know about sleep. Melatonin is one of the major hormones that signals to your brain that it is time to sleep. And your melatonin level rises usually between 8 and 10 p.m., peaking around 2 to 4 a.m. or whenever you're most tired. But here's the thing, melatonin reduces with age, and older adults naturally produce less of it. A lot of seniors are advised to take melatonin supplements, but I will encourage you to try these 3 fruits first. And I am 100% sure you will not need any supplements afterwards to put you to sleep. The first fruit to try is pomegranate. Pomegranates are naturally nutrient-dense and rich in natural melatonin, which helps to induce sleep. They are also effective at lowering brain oxidative stress, improving sleep quality, and supporting better oxygen delivery to the brain at night. This means you sleep deeply and wake up feeling fully recovered. And that is not all. Pomegranate is rich in vitamin C, vitamin K, folate, and potassium, all of which support senior health in many important ways, and a healthy body will have no trouble falling asleep quickly or staying asleep through the night. A 2020 study published in the journal Nutrients found that pomegranate extract significantly improved sleep duration and sleep quality in participants largely due to its high antioxidant content and its ability to reduce inflammation and oxidative stress in the brain, both of which are common disruptors of healthy sleep in older adults. Now, here are 4 simple ways to enjoy pomegranate starting tonight. Try a juice recipe. Scoop out the seeds of 1 large pomegranate and blend them with half a cup of water. Then strain the mixture through a fine sieve, pressing gently to extract all the juice. Sweeten lightly with a teaspoon of honey if desired, and drink it warm about an hour before bed. Or try a smoothie. Add half a cup of pomegranate seeds into a blender along with 1 small frozen banana, half a cup of tart cherry juice, and 1/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt. Blend everything until smooth and creamy. Pour into a glass and sip it slowly in the evening as a calming bedtime drink. You can also make soup. Sauté 1 small diced onion and a clove of garlic in a pot with a little olive oil until soft. Add 2 cups of low-sodium vegetable broth along with 1 cup of cooked lentils and half a cup of pomegranate seeds. Let everything simmer together for about 15 minutes. Then serve warm with a light drizzle of pomegranate juice stirred in at the end for a gentle, sleep-friendly dinner. Lastly, the baked recipe. Slice 2 medium sweet potatoes in half lengthwise and brush them with a little olive oil. Place them cut side up on a baking tray and roast at 375° F for about 35 minutes until tender. Then top each half generously with fresh pomegranate seeds and a light drizzle of honey and serve warm as a nourishing evening side dish that your body will love. So if you're having a hard time sleeping or falling asleep, pomegranates are a great way to naturally help you do just that, but they definitely do not work as fast as the next fruit I want to tell you about because they are not very rich in magnesium. The second fruit is bananas. Number 2, bananas. Bananas are one of the top sleep-inducing fruits because not only are they rich in melatonin, they are also very rich in magnesium. Magnesium helps support nervous system regulation by controlling electrical activity in the body, and it helps to stabilize mood throughout the day and into the night. It also helps to relax the muscles after a full day of contracting them, preventing cramps and spasms that often wake seniors up in the middle of the night. And more importantly, magnesium helps regulate melatonin secretion. So eating a banana a few minutes before bed will send you right to sleep. But here are 4 smoothie recipes you can try to make your banana even more enjoyable. For the first smoothie, peel 1 ripe banana and add it to your blender along with half a cup of warm almond milk, a tablespoon of natural almond butter, and a small pinch of cinnamon. Blend everything together until silky smooth. Pour into a mug or glass and drink it slowly about 30 minutes before bed for a deeply calming and filling nighttime drink. For the second smoothie, add 1 frozen banana to your blender with half a cup of Tart cherry juice, 1/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt, and a teaspoon of honey. Blend until completely smooth and creamy. Then pour into a glass and sip it in the evening. Because the combination of banana and Tart cherry gives you a double dose of natural melatonin that works beautifully together to ease you into sleep. For the third smoothie, place 1 ripe banana in the blender along with half an avocado, half a cup of oat milk, a teaspoon of raw honey, and a small handful of spinach. Blend everything on high until smooth. Then drink it about an hour before bed as the healthy fats from the avocado slow digestion and keep your body in a calm, steady state through the night while the banana does its sleep-inducing work. For the fourth smoothie, blend 1 ripe banana together with half a cup of warm coconut milk, a teaspoon of pure cocoa powder, a pinch of nutmeg, and a drizzle of honey until everything is well combined and smooth. Then pour into your favorite mug and enjoy it warm before bed. Because cocoa contains small amounts of magnesium as well, and nutmeg has long been used as a natural sedative, making this a powerful and delicious sleep remedy for seniors. Now, here is what the research says. A study published in the journal Nutrients found that magnesium supplementation significantly improved sleep quality, sleep efficiency, sleep time, and early morning awakening in elderly individuals. And researchers concluded that increasing magnesium intake through whole foods was one of the most effective and safest strategies for addressing insomnia in older adults. Bananas being one of the most accessible and affordable sources of both magnesium and melatonin are therefore one of the smartest foods any senior can add to their evening routine. The beauty of bananas is that they are soft, easy to digest, gentle on the stomach, and require almost no preparation, which makes them ideal for older adults who may not have the energy to cook elaborate meals late in the evening. Whether you enjoy them plain, blended into one of these smoothies, or sliced over a small bowl of oatmeal before bed, the results will speak for themselves. And many of my patients have reported falling asleep faster and staying asleep longer within just the first few nights of adding bananas to their nighttime routine. Number 3 is tart cherries. Tart cherries, also known as sour cherries, are one of the most researched fruits for sleep, recovery, and inflammation. They are very different from sweet cherries, the typical grocery store kind. Tart cherries are a lot more acidic and less sugary, and they are one of the few foods with very high amounts of natural melatonin content. And unlike supplements, they increase melatonin levels mildly and naturally without any side effects, which makes them especially safe and suitable for seniors who may already be managing multiple medications. A study published in the European Journal of Nutrition found that adults who drank tart cherry juice twice daily experienced significant increases in melatonin levels, improved sleep duration, and better overall sleep quality compared to those who did not, with researchers noting that tart cherries are among the most potent natural food sources of melatonin available. Now, here are 3 simple and enjoyable ways to add tart cherries to your evening routine starting tonight. For the juice, pour 1 cup of pure, unsweetened tart cherry juice into a small saucepan and warm it gently over low heat until it is just hot enough to drink comfortably. Stir in a teaspoon of honey and a small pinch of cinnamon to balance the tartness. Pour it into your favorite mug and drink it slowly about an hour before bed, allowing the natural melatonin to begin signaling to your brain that it is time to wind down and rest. For the smoothie, add half a cup of frozen tart cherries to your blender along with 1 small ripe banana, half a cup of unsweetened tart cherry juice, 1/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt, and a teaspoon of honey. Blend everything together until thick and smooth. Then pour into a glass and enjoy it in the early evening as a light and nourishing sleep preparation drink that combines 3 powerful sleep nutrients: melatonin from the cherries, magnesium from the banana, and protein from the yogurt, all working together to give you a full and restful night. For the freeze-dried powder, measure out 1 heaped teaspoon of tart cherry freeze-dried powder and stir it into a warm cup of oat milk or almond milk until fully dissolved. Add a small drizzle of honey and a pinch of nutmeg. Stir everything together well and drink it about 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Because the freeze-dried powder is a highly concentrated form of tart cherry that delivers an even more potent dose of melatonin in a very small and convenient serving, making it a wonderful option for seniors who may not always have access to fresh or frozen tart cherries, but still want all the sleep benefits this incredible fruit has to offer. What makes tart cherries particularly special compared to the other 2 fruits we have discussed is the sheer volume of research that backs them up. Scientists have studied tart cherries extensively in relation to sleep, and the results are remarkably consistent. People sleep longer, fall asleep faster, and report feeling more rested when they consume tart cherry juice or tart cherry products regularly. They are also deeply anti-inflammatory, which means they help reduce the joint pain and muscle discomfort that often keeps seniors awake at night, making them a sleep solution that works on multiple levels at once. If you can only try 1 fruit from this entire video tonight, let it be tart cherries, and pay close attention to how differently you sleep in the morning. Now, these foods will work naturally and quickly and are far safer compared to a lot of chemically produced supplements, but they will not work if you keep doing any of these 4 habits. Number 1 is late day napping. Many seniors fall into the habit of napping in the late afternoon or early evening, and while it may feel harmless or even necessary in the moment, it is one of the most common reasons why older adults struggle to fall asleep at night. When you nap late in the day, you reduce what scientists call your sleep pressure, the natural buildup of tiredness that your body accumulates throughout the day to prepare you for a deep and restful night of sleep. By the time you go to bed, that pressure has been relieved. Your brain does not feel the urgency to sleep, and you end up lying awake for hours, wondering why the night feels so long. The reason many seniors nap late is completely understandable. Fatigue sets in earlier in the day. Energy levels drop significantly after lunch, and without a structured daily routine, the couch or the bedroom becomes very inviting in the late afternoon hours. Some seniors also nap out of boredom or loneliness, and for others, it is simply a habit they have carried for years without realizing the damage it is doing to their nighttime sleep. A study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society confirmed that late and lengthy daytime napping in older adults was strongly associated with poor nighttime sleep quality, increased nighttime wakefulness, and greater difficulty falling asleep, with researchers recommending that seniors either eliminate late naps entirely or limit them strictly in both timing and duration. So instead of reaching for that late afternoon nap, here are 4 things you can do to keep your energy up without sabotaging your sleep. First, step outside for a short 10 to 15 minute walk in the fresh air, because light movement and natural sunlight in the afternoon help regulate your body clock and keep your energy stable. Second, drink a warm cup of herbal tea such as chamomile or ginger, which soothes the body without putting it fully to sleep. Third, engage in a light and enjoyable activity such as reading, knitting, or listening to music, which keeps the mind gently stimulated without overstimulating it. And fourth, if you absolutely must nap, Do it before 2 p.m. and keep it under 20 minutes so your nighttime sleep pressure remains fully intact by bedtime. Number 2 is too much evening screen time. This is one of the most widespread sleep-disrupting habits in the modern world, and seniors are not exempt from it. Whether it is watching television late into the night, scrolling through a phone or tablet, or sitting in front of a bright computer screen in the hours before bed, evening screen time is quietly stealing quality sleep from millions of older adults every single night, and most of them have no idea it is happening. The reason screens are so damaging to sleep comes down to light, specifically blue light. Every screen emits blue light, and blue light directly suppresses melatonin production in the brain. Remember, melatonin is the very hormone your body needs to signal that it is time to sleep. When you expose your eyes to screens in the evening, your brain interprets that blue light as daylight and essentially pauses melatonin secretion, keeping you alert and wide awake long past the time your body should be winding down. This is why so many seniors find themselves feeling exhausted but completely unable to fall asleep after a long evening of television. The reason seniors tend to spend so much time on screens in the evening is also very understandable. Television in particular provides companionship, entertainment, and mental stimulation during hours that can otherwise feel quiet and lonely, especially for older adults who live alone or have limited social interaction. Phones and tablets keep them connected to family members and grandchildren, and that connection is genuinely important to their emotional well-being. A study published in the journal Sleep Medicine found that evening exposure to blue light from screens significantly delayed melatonin onset, reduced total sleep time, and decreased sleep quality in older adults, with researchers strongly recommending that screens be avoided for at least 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. So instead of reaching for the remote or the phone after dinner, here are 4 better alternatives. First, spend 30 minutes reading a physical book or magazine under warm, dim lighting, which relaxes the eyes and naturally prepares the brain for sleep. Second, try gentle evening stretches or simple breathing exercises that calm the nervous system. Third, call a family member or friend for a voice conversation rather than a screen-based one. And fourth, listen to soft music, a calming podcast, or an audio book as a screen-free way to wind down peacefully before bed. Number 3 is excess caffeine. This is a habit that many seniors have maintained for decades, and breaking it can feel almost impossible because caffeine is deeply woven into daily routines and social culture. The morning cup of coffee, the afternoon tea, the occasional cola drink, or even a piece of dark chocolate in the evening. All of these contain caffeine, and when consumed too frequently or too late in the day, they can completely derail your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep at night. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine, a chemical in the brain that builds up throughout the day and makes you feel increasingly sleepy as the hours pass. When caffeine blocks adenosine, it artificially keeps you feeling alert and awake, even when your body is exhausted and desperately needs rest. What makes this particularly problematic for seniors is that the body's ability to metabolize and clear caffeine slows significantly with age, meaning that a cup of coffee consumed at 3 p.m. can still be actively circulating in a senior's bloodstream at 9 or 10 p.m., making restful sleep nearly impossible even if they feel tired enough to sleep. The reason many seniors consume excess caffeine is straightforward. Coffee and tea are deeply habitual, socially comforting, and often one of the small daily pleasures that older adults look forward to. Fatigue from poor sleep also creates a vicious cycle where seniors drink more caffeine to compensate for tiredness during the day, which then worsens their sleep at night, which then makes them more tired the next morning, pushing them to reach for even more caffeine. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that caffeine consumed even 6 hours before bedtime significantly reduced total sleep time in adults, with researchers concluding that afternoon and evening caffeine consumption is a major and frequently underestimated contributor to chronic insomnia in older populations. So here are 4 practical things you can do instead. First, Set a firm caffeine cutoff time of noon or 1 p.m. and commit to it daily, giving your body enough time to clear caffeine before bed. Second, swap your afternoon coffee for a warm cup of chamomile, valerian root, or passion flower tea, all of which actively support sleep rather than disrupting it. Third, stay well hydrated with plain water throughout the afternoon, as dehydration often mimics fatigue and triggers unnecessary caffeine cravings. And fourth, if you genuinely enjoy the ritual of a warm drink in the evening, try warm golden milk made with turmeric and honey, which is soothing, anti-inflammatory, and completely caffeine-free. Number 4 is lack of physical activity. This is perhaps the most overlooked sleep disruptor among seniors, and yet the connection between movement and sleep quality is one of the most well-established relationships in all of sleep science. When the body does not move enough during the day, it does not accumulate the physical tiredness it needs to fall into a deep and restorative sleep at night. The result is a body that feels mentally drained but physically understimulated, leaving you restless, uncomfortable, and wide awake long after your head hits the pillow. Physical activity does several important things for sleep. You can grab your copy right now from the pinned comment below or through the link in the description. And I promise you it will be one of the best investments you make for your health this year. And if you enjoyed this video, you are going to love what is coming next, because in my next video, I will be revealing the specific foods that are silently raising your cortisol levels at night and keeping you wired and restless without you even knowing it. Trust me, you do not want to miss that one. If you are not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now so you do not miss it. And share this video with someone you love who has been struggling to sleep, because a good night of rest is something every senior deserves.